Imagine solving a puzzle so hard that the only way to win is to burn electricity. Now imagine getting paid real money for doing it. Sounds crazy, right? This is exactly how billions of dollars are created daily. Most people have no idea it's happening behind the scenes. It's invisible work, happening quietly, constantly, powering an entire financial system that doesn't sleep. By the end of this video, you'll understand proof of work better than almost anyone you know. I'll show you real-life examples that make it click instantly, even if you've never heard of this before. Not just one example, but multiple ways to see it so it really sticks in your mind. Proof of work is basically a system that says if you want to earn money, you must prove you did real work. Not fake work, not clicking a button, not just showing up. Real computational work that takes time, energy, and resources. Work that cannot be faked, cannot be skipped, and cannot be copied. Think about that for a second. In a world where money can be printed, copied, and moved instantly, proof of work forces a cost. It forces effort, it forces sacrifice, and that's exactly why it has value. Because something that requires real effort becomes harder to fake, and anything hard to fake becomes more trustworthy. Now imagine this. There are 1,000 people in a room, and I tell them to solve an extremely hard math puzzle. The first person to solve it wins $100,000. Everyone starts guessing. Fast, random, non-stop. Millions of guesses per second. But only one person wins. Everyone else gets nothing. That's proof of work. Now imagine the pressure in that room. People sweating. People trying faster and faster. Some people give up. Some keep going. Some get lucky. That emotional intensity, that competition, that uncertainty, that's exactly what's happening in the digital world. Except it's machines instead of people. Now take that same idea and replace people with machines. Not just a few machines, but millions of specialized computers all over the world. All of them racing at the same time, trying to guess the right answer before anyone else. No breaks, no sleep, just constant competition. Computers around the world are racing to solve a cryptographic puzzle. They guess numbers, they run them through a process called hashing, and then they check if the result matches a very specific target. If it doesn't match, they try again, over and over again, non-stop, no memory of previous guesses, no learning, just pure brute force. If they win, they get rewarded. They earn Bitcoin. They confirm transactions that people are sending across the network. And they help secure the entire system so nobody can cheat or fake transactions. That's their role, that's their purpose. And that's why they exist. This is where it gets intense. Nobody knows the answer ahead of time. There is no shortcut. There is no trick. The only way to win is to keep guessing until you get lucky. That's it. Pure probability. So computers just keep going. Millions of guesses, billions of guesses, trillions of guesses. Every single second. And while you're watching this video, that process is still happening. Right now. In real time. That's why entire warehouses exist filled with machines doing nothing but this. Rows and rows of hardware running day and night, consuming massive amounts of electricity just to keep guessing numbers. Huge buildings, loud fans, constant heat, non-stop motion. It looks more like a factory than anything else, and here's the part that makes it even more real. Every guess costs money. Every second of electricity costs money. Every machine costs money. Maintenance costs money. Cooling costs money. So this isn't just a game. It's a high-stakes competition where people are risking real resources for a chance to win. Think of it like a lottery, but instead of buying one ticket, you're buying millions of tickets every second. The more power you have, the more guesses you can make. And the more guesses you can make, the higher your chances of winning. But even then, nothing is guaranteed. Now imagine two people. One has a small setup at home, maybe a few machines. The other has a massive warehouse with thousands of machines. Who do you think has the better chance of winning? That's the reality of this system. Power matters. But just like the lottery, there are no guarantees. You can spend thousands on electricity and hardware and still win nothing. Days can go by, weeks can go by, even months, and still nothing. That's the risk built into the system. So how do people actually make money from this? There are three main ways. The first is mining rewards. This is when you win the puzzle and receive newly created Bitcoin as a reward. The second is transaction fees. Every time someone sends Bitcoin, they pay a small fee, and miners collect those fees. The third is holding Bitcoin long-term and hoping its value increases over time. Now let's go deeper into that. Mining rewards don't stay the same forever. Over time, they get smaller. That means the system becomes harder and less profitable unless the price goes up or your efficiency improves. So miners are constantly upgrading, constantly optimizing, constantly chasing an edge. Transaction fees also fluctuate. When the network is busy, fees go up. When it's quiet, fees go down. So income is not stable. It changes, it moves, it depends on activity. Holding long-term is a different strategy. Some miners don't sell right away. They keep what they earn, hoping it becomes more valuable in the future. That's where patience comes in. That's where belief in the system comes in. But here's the truth most people don't talk about. It's extremely competitive, it's expensive to get started, and it's risky. The more people join the network, the harder the puzzles become. That means you need even more power just to stay competitive. Most people think mining is easy money. They see videos online showing profits and big setups and assume anyone can do it. But in reality, you need expensive hardware. Electricity costs can destroy your profits, and large companies dominate most of the network. These companies have access to cheaper power, better equipment, and massive scale. They're not guessing with one machine. They're running thousands at the same time. Competing against that is not easy. It's like trying to win a race where others have a huge head start. And here's something that really puts things into perspective. Right now, the total computing power used in proof-of-work networks is so massive that it rivals the energy consumption of entire countries. Think about that. All of that power just to maintain a system of digital money. Now ask yourself this, why would anyone spend that much energy? Why would anyone invest that much money? Because the reward is real. Because the system works. Because people trust it. But that energy isn't wasted for no reason. It's what makes the system secure. In order to attack the network, you would need to control more than half of that power. And that would cost billions. Not just to build, but to maintain. That's what protects it. So in a strange way, the very thing people criticize, the energy usage, is also the thing that makes it so powerful and hard to break. It's not a flaw, it's a feature. If this is making sense so far, hit like. It actually helps more people understand how money really works behind the scenes. And most people never take the time to learn this. Now let's go deeper for a second. Imagine you're one of these miners. You invest in machines. You set everything up. You find a location. You deal with heat. You deal with noise. You deal with costs. You start paying for electricity. Every second your machines are working, guessing, trying to win. Minutes pass, hours pass, days pass. You check your system, still nothing. You wait, you watch, you hope. Maybe you win, maybe you don't. There's pressure, there's uncertainty, there's risk, and yet people still do it. Because the reward can be huge, because one win can change everything, and this is where it connects to something bigger. Proof of work isn't just about machines. It's about proving effort in a system where nobody trusts anyone else. Instead of trusting a bank, or a company, or a government, the system trusts math and energy. It trusts the fact that work was done, that resources were spent, that effort was real, that no one can fake that level of effort without paying the same cost. Some people believe this is outdated. They say there are newer systems that use less energy and are more efficient. Others believe proof of work is the most secure system ever created and that nothing else comes close. But no matter which side you're on, one thing is clear. It changed finance forever. It introduced a new way of thinking about money, a way where anyone can participate but no one can cheat without paying a massive cost. And that idea is powerful. More powerful than most people realize. Proof of work isn't just about computers. It's about trust. It's about creating a system where no one needs permission, but everyone must prove effort. A system where the rules are enforced by math, not by people. A system where effort equals opportunity, where energy equals security, where risk equals reward. So the next time you hear about Bitcoin or mining, remember what's actually happening behind the scenes. Millions of machines all over the world competing every second, burning energy, taking risks, all for a chance to earn digital money. And while most people ignore it, it keeps running. Quietly, relentlessly, changing the way money works. If you learned something new from this, like the video. Comment POW so I know you watched until the end. Subscribe for more videos like this. Share this with someone who still doesn't understand crypto. And check the description below. I'm posting more videos that break this down even deeper so you can really understand how this world works.